Yeah. So it is Maserati purchase day.
Yeah.
This is the point where we give up all pretense that we're not in fact rich. Like no one will believe us anymore, and we'll be like, "Well, we got it at a discount. We got a good deal on it." And I'll be like, yeah, whatever you say. You could sell me on the BMW. You could sell me on the Mercedes, but nobody drives a Maserati who isn't at least a little rich. So
that's true. Very true. Yeah.
Even though it's only marginally more expensive than the Kia
I
was
know.
new.
Yeah.
I know
Because of the
discount.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the cars these days are so expensive. It's out of control. So like all told, I think you guys are paying 60 something, right?
64.9,
which is not that much for a car. These days.
No,
like,
no.
Back when I
no
bought
less
my
a Maserati.
Right. Back when I bought my last car, which was
2011.
Yeah, exactly. That was 25 or something like that. That's a Nissan Altima. So,
and that's about 75,000 in today's dollars. So
that was a sweet car, though.
I loved that.
Showed
car.
you a lot of love.
Yeah, and I loved it right back until I drove it into a Tesla.
Especially when you look at the big trucks these days, the F-150s that are all decked out. I mean, that
Those
can
are
easily
crazy
reach
expensive.
luxury car price.
Yeah, an F-150, you could easily get in the 90 to 100 plus range for trucks.
Right.
Which I'm like, I get it for a farmer, but you don't really need.
Most people driving the fancy F-150s. It's all vanity.
Yeah.
With
Right.
But I mean, me driving
Farmers-
the Maserati has
nothing. Not vanity whatsoever. No.
Yeah. Those
it's
farmers
the
aren't.
Italian heritage.
That's right.
It's the
Yeah.
driver.
She's just honoring her Italian
That's
heritage,
right.
right?
That's
She,
right.
she doesn't want to drive. I mean,
No.
Yeah.
Who
Right.
would want to drive
It's like
a
going to
Maserati?
the family Christmas dinner out of obligation. It's more like that.
I mean, if I were truly a Kimmel, I would be getting a Porsche.
No,
But-
you'd get something that looked like a Porsche.
I'd get an Ioniq.
People walk up to you and say, "Is that a Porsche?" No, it's not. That's why it has a Hyundai symbol on it. I did not play my cards right in that conversation. He was absolutely dying to tell me that.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
I felt really bad after that.
Yeah. You totally stole his joy.
I sometimes feel bad about the things we say about our parents on this show. Do you ever have such compunction?
A little bit around the edges. But
it doesn't matter. They don't listen.
I know, but maybe someday they will,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Dad will get real interested when we start having millions of followers.
That's
and
right.
making a
Once
lot.
we make our millions.
Then they'll go back and it'll be
they'll
like,
be
"What?"
I guess you guys have made. You're not the top podcast though.
Yeah.
What do? You haven't beat Mr. Beast yet.
Yeah.
What the hell, Robert and
I know.
Kalyn? Well, I mean, Mr. Beast started out like doing weird stuff. Like he'd be like, "I'm gonna count to 1,000,000.
Mhm.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, and would
Literally do
yeah,
it?
literally do it.
Yeah.
How
I
long
like-
did that take?
Like 8 or 10 hours or something.
Wow.
Yeah, I haven't.
Yeah, he got to like 200,000. He's like, "This is harder than I thought it was going to be."
Oh, you listened to the whole thing?
I did not listen to the whole thing.
Yeah,
I
Robert
just-
dedicated a full day.
Write
to
it in the
watching.
record books. If you guys ever invite me to counting to 1,000,000, I'm out. It's a
Yeah.
hard no.
Yeah. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
I'll do-
Is the gauntlet thrown?
I guess so. I mean, I don't know how you work in like bathroom breaks and stuff like that. I recently watched a guy who was like, I'm going to get to the last row in Excel because there's like some millions of rows, but manually, not just like pressing Control Alt
Yeah,
down,
yeah.
just like down. And that took like 9 hours or something like that.
Wow.
And he's like,
I mean, you could just sit on a bucket.
yeah, I guess so. That's true.
What are you talking about?
For going to the bathroom.
What does the one have to do with the other? I don't understand the
Because
cells.
you're there for 8 hours, so and I was saying you don't.
She's like, I
don't
just don't
Oh.
know how you go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh, I was
Yeah,
like, what does a bucket have to do with this? All right,
Yeah.
Excel and bucket, brain.
Or you
Please
can
do
just,
the
you can just sit on a bucket.
connections.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Count to 1,000,000 or sit on a bucket.
Yeah.
Your choices. Your
These
choice
are
is
the two
yours.
options.
Clearly, the Maserati's gone to my head.
These
Is
are
what
the-
you were thinking.
These are the two options in life.
So I tried to read that cryptocurrency magazine. I couldn't do it. I don't know. That shit's too boring for me. I mean, I just find that shit boring. They start talking about blocks and blockchains and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
I passed on the article. Did you see it?
yeah, I did see it.
What was the article?
Yeah.
What's an article? Oh, he
What's an
sent
article?
an
What's an article?
Does this have to do with a bucket? Is this my third option? Yeah, I know the article. Exactly.
Yeah,
That is because I'm so nerdy. That's exactly where my head went. Was the articles whatever. Was it a definite article or an indefinite article?
It was a reading article.
Oh yeah, the raw dogging. That's right. So I don't know if this is just my people. So I was talking with Ken and he was just shooting the shit about the houses and travel and whatever. And like he's like, "Hey, and have you heard of raw dogging?" And I was like, excuse me? Because the way we talk about raw dogging, and I feel like you're going to know this already, is like dicey sex situation, no condom.
Yes,
That's
a raw dog.
right. Yeah. So I was like, pardon? Like,
For our listeners, Ken is our neighbor who's a little older than us. So,
yeah.
Anyway.
I was like, yeah, I have heard of raw dogging. Yes. Not sure where you were going with this. And he's like, yeah, like on a plane. And like, I was like, okay. He's like, middle seat, you just go into a Zen mode. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. You got it. Right. And then like
raw dogging at its best.
right. And but then I go and tell Robert, and Robert says, oh yeah, Cody says it sometime. You got like crappy seats and you're just like, I'm not getting drinks, nothing. If I'm at a game or whatever.
That's
this
right.
is
Cody
raw
does
dogging.
say it. Yes.
And I'm like, man, I don't know how this transition of meaning came to be.
So it really reminded me of the Trevor Noah bit about how
Right.
napkin means diaper
Right.
in his country. And
he's like, I'll just eat it in the car. He's like, you get it all over the place. Like, what? They gotta squeeze really tight. It's too tight. It comes right out.
they hand out these napkins at the taco stand.
Yeah.
This doesn't happen in South Africa, Yeah.
And he's like, no, I love tacos.
Yeah,
Sure.
a great stand-up act by Trevor Noah.
he hasn't put me in tears yet.
Oh, yeah. Bert Kreischer does it for you big time. the
all the
machine. The
nakedness.
machine.
Yes.
Love
Like,
the
the big. Yeah, you're into
belly.
the dad bod. That's
dad-
very in these days.
So in.
I know dad bods well, but dad joke, it goes like this. I had to quit my job at the soda can. Oh, damn it. All right, somebody say something legit famous, and then we'll get into the intro.
Now the pressure's on. Go.
Funny.
Be funny now. Go now. Go now.
I'm not
Do it.
funny. Remember Ray of fucking
No,
Sunshine?
We're not that funny either.
Yeah.
Kalen's funny. Legit.
Kalyn is
I
legit
think y'all
funny.
are both funny.
What am I, chopped liver?
You're chopped liver.
I thought you were funny. You were my funny hero.
Yeah.
Until you
It's-
met me.
So when you're coming to visit, I tell everyone, all right, I'm so excited. My sister-in-law's in town. I'm going to like laugh really hard. I'm going to cry.
Yeah. Then she's
Yeah.
going to drive us nuts, and then we're going to have to kick
Then
her
we're gonna
out.
be like, get the fuck out of my house. God, freeloader.
All
And I'm
right.
like, okay, I'll see you in a couple months.
Guess we're back to doing remote podcasts. Well, today we're live. Let's cue the music. You are listening to the Robert and Kalyn Get Rich Show. This is a podcast about money and life. It's the one and only comedy personal finance podcast on the entire internet, we hope. And today we are live. Live meaning not projecting this live, but we are recording it live in studio.
That's right.
We have our special guest, Her Majesty, the Queen, Andrea Kimmel.
Oh, thanks for having me. Oh, I'm getting a curtsy.
She's
Thank
getting
you,
a
Kalyn.
curtsy from my co-host, Kalyn Kimmel. That's my sister. I'm Robert Kimmel. I'm one of your hosts. We are squeezing this in before the all-important Maserati.
Maserati purchase / Alpha Chi Omega
Evening.
evening. Yeah.
Founders Day,
Man,
baby.
we do sound like uber rich. We're like, I'm gonna buy a Maserati, then we go hang out with my sorority sisters.
I know.
Like-
It's disgusting. People are going to not want to be hanging out with us.
If they only knew.
Yeah.
But if you want to learn how to get rich,
Do it someplace else. We don't tell you how to do that here. For
That-
sure.
No
That's
investment
ex-
advice here.
yeah. But I tell you what, I hope you do enjoy the show, and I hope you will like and subscribe it and add a comment and
Yeah. Send it to your friends and family. They'd love to hear it too. I know it.
rate
Yeah.
it. Send us an email. Robert and Kalyn Get Rich, Kalyn is how you
And
spell.
if you are looking to start your next business with me, send us a message.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Andrea is busy business shopping.
Yeah.
Well, I keep putting it out there and no one's jumping at it. I've asked you like 100 times, Kalyn, to
I've
stay
said
in Cleveland
yes
and
every
start
time.
No. They weren't real yeses.
They were real yeses.
You ready to stay in Cleveland and start a company with me?
Part time.
Can I work remote? Because all the jobs I've had are remote.
That's true.
There
Yeah.
will be in person time.
Yeah.
All right, so we like to kick off every episode. I don't know why we like to do this. We're gluttons for punishment, I
Yeah.
guess. We like to just cry in our sleep, ourselves to sleep. We like to look at the Get Rich portfolio each and every single episode,
That's right.
except about half.
Right. When we forget.
Here we are, up today 1%. We are
Woohoo!
bucking the trend because today is a down day on Wall Street.
Yeah, look at that.
However, we are down 2.34%, which is pretty good since we've got a couple that have gone totally busto.
Hey, no,
Eagle
that's even-
Pharmaceuticals, I guess
Right.
they've recovered. Look at this. They're back up 56%.
Look out. See, this is why you don't sell.
So they've gone from being down 80-something% to now only being down 78%. Eagle Pharmaceuticals are the people that can't hardly even bother to fill out their NASDAQ filings,
Like,
right?
I'm
Oh.
busy mixing chemicals. I can't be doing this spell spreadsheet stuff and sending this shit off.
All their chemists are like German. Yeah, they did hire Beaker when he left the Muppets, yeah.
I think he's Swedish.
And then he might well be.
Just saying.
Texas MD down 26%. These are the guys that have one employee who collects checks. How can you lose money? How can this value be going down?
Yeah.
You have one employee collecting checks.
Yeah.
Why is it so hard? I don't know.
Chewy's closed. That's good.
Yeah, Reddit killing it now. Killing
Hey.
it. A total turnaround for Reddit. So
Yeah.
even though we're down overall about 2 point something, what really matters is, are we down in comparison to the S&P 500? So let's look at
Right.
that baseline.
Yeah. This is always,
It
this is always a
is
highlight.
Up
Hey.
9.4%, but down today. That's why we're beating it.
Yeah, we're winning. Yeah. Well, let's see how we're doing compared to our friends. Because you know I love that.
Let's find out. So this is the guest portfolio. It has one holding. Down 2.67% overall. Suck it, friends.
Yeah.
And your
That's you.
crappy
Just me.
Starbucks pick. No, every guest that comes on picks
every
Oh, I
single
see.
guest.
every
Okay.
single guest except for the
Okay.
first four.
Right.
They-
Including you the first time.
yeah.
Okay.
So your second visit. So you got to
Yeah.
think about what
Yeah, you got to pick something for today.
I got
yeah.
one.
Okay.
Pulte Homes.
Pulte Homes. Write it down. All right. Tell us
I don't know.
what's your investment thesis in Pulte Homes?
Yeah.
We have a national housing shortage. Do you hear about that?
I have heard about that. Yes.
And rates are coming down,
Yep.
which
Okay.
is good. But Pulte actually helps their buyers buy down the rates to
Right.
begin with.
Right. Actually, it's kind of like Maserati. They
Yeah.
did not want you to pay cash for this car. They want to
Exactly.
make money not just on the
Right.
car sale, but on the interest sale.
Right.
Well, especially because they're losing money on this car because they took $36K off the top because it was a loaner for a year.
But Maserati, this was like a nice enough Maserati, but it's not, it's a GT level
Right?
trim
It's not the
package. and-
Quattroporte.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure
I don't
exactly
understand
what
you when you speak Italian to me.
Quattroporte.
that means. Four
Porte.
ports. Portes. You're exactly
Yeah.
right. You're exactly right.
Yeah.
I don't care. All I know is 36 off the top. Put the car into my range.
Yeah.
And she gets to
Absolutely.
have this lifelong dream of driving a Maserati.
Fulfilled.
She's
Yeah.
check-
With the Ferrari
checking it
engine.
off.
Does it count for the Ferrari?
No,
too?
we're gonna have to get a Ferrari too.
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Andrea's looking to bat for cycle on the Italian cars. So we've covered the Alfa Romeo and Maserati. Next stepping stone, obviously.
Lamborghini.
Lamborghini and Ferrari are the
Right.
two that are left. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plus, there's probably some wild brands that we've never heard of, but they make 7 a year.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. Well, I have heard if you get a Lamborghini, they deliver it to your door.
I wouldn't know where to go to buy a Lamborghini. I mean, not in
Yeah.
Cleveland. They don't have like a Lamborghini store, do they? You know where it might be? On Lorraine over in North
North
Olmsted.
Olmsted. Mhm.
So what's over there? The same bunch of cars, or like a?
No,
Or-
more selection.
Is there
I
a
don't know.
Lambo badge on the wall of that building or not?
I don't know.
The
Damn
one-
it.
Yeah.
Maybe
I mean,
so.
I visited there many times,
This
but
is
I
the-
can't recall.
Yeah, right. Well, how many times have you visited our house? 20 or 30 times. How many cars have we bought? 20 or 30. Fine.
Yeah, that's the celebratory thing. Kalyn's in town. Let's go get a
Car.
car. Time to
You
get a car.
Andrea has a problem.
Yeah.
Small problem. I like cars. I like
Yeah.
new cars. I
Yeah.
like different cars. Change
Yeah.
it up. Cars and houses. My shtick.
That's your thing.
Now,
It's
which
done.
of you curbed the grass along the driveway?
Me,
yesterday?
for sure.
Okay.
Probably.
Oh, no. I'll tell you who it was. Juan.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Oh,
Juan.
okay.
I was watching them. They're backing in a F-250 or
Yeah.
something with a trailer with
Right.
the sandstone blocks on it.
So, so the reason Juan was here,
Yeah.
you guys know what he's doing? He's extending the patio, adding about 100 square feet because we're getting a hot tub next week.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cody.
Yeah.
Yes, we're definitely sounding like fancy.
And-
Well, I don't know. Does that sound fancy pants to have a hot tub?
Yeah. It sounds better than the above ground pool idea. That sounds
You guys
fancier
killed
than
me on that one.
Yeah.
One step up in classiness from an above ground pool.
Well, I think we're about to make some good memories in the hot tub.
Oh,
That's what I like to hear.
Not like that.
Cue the music. We gotta go.
Not like that.
Yeah.
Man.
Man,
I know. That's the first thing I'm like, okay. The raw dogging going down in the
raw dogging.
People like to come over to houses that have hot tubs, have a drink in the hot tub.
Yeah, now you're sounding like a
socialize.
swinger.
Oh, geez. Okay.
So I did not intend to bring up the I Will Teach You to Be Rich podcast for the 15th straight podcast of ours, but what's going on here is like I listened to that podcast, and part of his message is like, if you have the money, live a little, right?
Yeah.
Buy some things that are going to make your life better.
Yeah.
And then Andrea and I sat down and we had this money talk. And so then we set targets of how much we spend automatically and then how much we'll spend guilt-free spending, right?
Yeah.
So we set all that up, and then Andrea went fucking crazy. And like new car, new hot tub, tickets to baseball games, and
expanding
tickets
the back patio.
F1. Yeah,
That's the tail wagging the dog, right?
Yeah.
I want the hot tub, but I need to extend the patio, put in
Right.
the electric.
Yeah.
Then they can deliver the hot tub.
Yeah.
Andrea grabs me at one point and she's like, have you thought about this patio being too small? And I'm like, I've never thought that in my life.
It's too small.
I never looked at that patio and I was
It's
like,
been too small since the day we got here.
I know. And she's like, well, you have the fire over. And I'm like, yeah.
Sometimes the questions you ask my brother are so funny to me. I'm like, man, yeah, no, he doesn't think that way. No. Like, nope.
I thought it was perfectly fine, along with every other thing we have or everything else about the house. One
Right.
other thing you could do is get a bucket.
Just sit on the bucket. Sit on a bucket.
Remember,
An article.
remember, folks, one option you always have is go sit on a bucket.
Sitting on a bucket. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
totally.
All right. So I got to tell you guys, I wanted to read this book,
Okay.
but I just can't make myself sit down for long books anymore. It's the ADHD. But I really wanted to read this book,
Yeah.
The Women by Kristen Hanna. Dying to read it. Great reviews. Keeps coming up. Blah, blah, blah. So my son Cody did Audible for a while, and he's since paused his subscription, but we had some credits. So I said, okay, I'm going to use a credit. I'm going to get the book. I'm going to listen to it. I couldn't stop. It was so good. Anyway, so it went so well. I'm on book 2 and I can't stop. And I don't know, it feels really good. I feel like I found my way to read the books I want to read without feeling like I have to lock myself down.
And by reading, you mean listening to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But there's some ego involved here. So I'm still saying I read that
Yeah,
book.
You're thinking people are going to think less of you.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Totally.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, get that dumb guest off who can't read.
That
That Maserati
Just-
driving. Like,
sorority.
oh, yeah, sorority and Ivy League educated non-reader.
sounds something like straight out of your mother's generation, that people would think less of you because you didn't read the book.
Yeah.
It's like there used to be a stigma around online dating.
Oh yeah,
know?
totally. People used to be like, "Oh my god, you're online dating."
You met somebody online?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember people
That's
being
gone.
like, "That's super dangerous." Now
It's like the opposite. They're like, you talk to a guy at the bar. Don't
Yeah.
you know that's super
right.
dangerous?
Yeah,
You know?
right. You met somebody in
It
person.
could be anybody.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Like it's amazing you didn't get kidnapped.
It's not what the kids do these days. There's no dating. There's no nothing.
Yeah,
So.
it's very strange.
Teenagers don't have boyfriends and girlfriends today.
Right.
I don't understand it.
I don't either.
That's how you figure out the world.
and like how you learn about relationships.
Yeah.
And if you're a boy, you're beaten into shape by the girls.
Yeah.
They're like, your shoes have to match your belt, right? And you're like, no,
And
I
you
never
tuck your
thought.
shirt in.
Yeah, you need to tuck
Yeah.
your shirt in. You need to shave once in a while. You need to take a shower.
right.
Haven't you noticed this patio is too small? No.
You're like, whoa.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. I think it must be great to be a guy sometimes. Like such a simple life. You're just like sitting there thinking like, I wonder if I could beat LeBron James. And the makeup thing also about being a guy versus
The hair.
yeah,
Hair,
like
makeup,
right,
shaving the
right.
legs.
Yeah, you're just like ready to go for the podcast. Like
Just
just
roll out
here
of
we go.
bed.
And I'm like, I'm better than you get Jan.
But eyelashes.
Yeah, because I can't let the world see me just like as I am.
Right.
That's fucking crazy. No, I don't know.
Throw a little water in your hair and you're good to go. Ready
Yeah.
for the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
You mentioned teenagers in there. You've gotten a sense now of what life is like with Cody.
With me when I was young, that's what I feel like I'm seeing. Like, because I feel like that's how I was. A lot of.
Were you that like just So I know you're a bad kid, but you were just that brutal in the interactions with the folks. You were just like, I'm not gonna talk.
Like I had to eat dinner for sure. But then they'd be like, "So how was your day?" I'd be, fine, nothing. Like that kind of thing. That level of conversation was pretty common. They're like, "Don't touch me." And I'm a baby singing. I'm like, just leave me alone. Like, pass, love, gross. Ugh,
I thought you were just talking about like a couple months ago when you're like, I wish you had aborted me.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Man,
That was
when
a
I
classic
get,
line.
Yeah, when I get, oh man, if I get down, I'm like, you know who needs to hear about this? Mom. Mom needs to hear about this. Like, why did you even have me? You should have gotten an abortion. Why did you keep me? And she's like, it's a pretty day outside.
Have you tried walking?
Yeah.
Seriously?
She'll send me like, yeah. She doesn't respond to any of it at all. Like,
Right.
if I'm like, why didn't you abort me? Damn it, Mom.
Perhaps
She's
you'd like to read a new book.
She's like, oh, well,
do a
yeah.
cut
Your
puzzle.
father just went on a walk for 7 miles. I'm like, cool, good. Dad went walking today. Like,
She just absorbs it. She's like the heat sink on
Yeah,
your computer,
yeah,
just sucking in the.
she is. Yeah. She's like, just chooses happiness all the time.
She's one of a kind.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's happiness so much as when I think of mom, I don't think of happiness. I just think of like grim determination to get through life, you
Yeah.
know? Like,
Right. I mean, our mom was raised by her grandparents who lived through the Depression and all that
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah.
She does talk about bootlegging margarine, but which is, I'm like, I can't believe that this is something that you're a part of. They would like empty out the car, drive over state lines, and fill up the trunk with margarine, which apparently back in the days come with a packet that you would mix in to give it color.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
So it's just shortening basically. But yeah, her grandparents were like super into this and like would do it for the whole neighborhood. They like, because in Wisconsin, they're not about getting away from the dairy industry, right? So they want people to buy butter, but everybody's about margarine. And so they were like, fuck you guys. Like, go and like bootleg margarine. And I'm like,
It's like this Smokey and the Bandit scenario where the cops are.
yeah. Like,
We're gonna get that margin across the border. Here we go. Eleanor, get in the car. Get in the car.
Right, yeah. Yeah, like fear of like the cops pulling you over and be like, what's in the trunk? Be like, nothing.
Ma'am, can you open the trunk? What do you have in here?
It doesn't open, sorry. But yeah, then they'd sell it to like the whole neighborhood and stuff.
We have reason to believe you might be trafficking.
Margarine. Yeah. Like, what a weird thing. I don't know.
No, I was just imagining this traffic stop and they find out it's not margarine, it's drugs. And they're like, okay, you're okay.
Yeah, you're fine. That's okay. I mean, back then, I don't think a lot of the drugs that were made illegal were illegal, you know? Like,
it did seem to be all about like Coors Light and cigarettes and margarine.
Yeah.
These are
Right. Yeah.
the good old days when all we smuggled was Coors Light and
margarine.
I have a callback to a previous episode, which is we've talked about happiness in Finland multiple times.
Oh, man.
And
fucking Finns.
These fucking Finns. Well, let me tell you something, Kalyn. Maybe they're not so happy after all. So here's what happened before I pulled it up. This is a news article from Robinhood. They have a news division, right? And so they pulled up that happiness report, but then there's also another survey, right? And they're comparing them side to side. And it turns out that those global happiness surveys that always say the Finns are the happiest in the other Northern European nations,
right?
It turns out they're not actually measuring people's happiness. What they're measuring is the types of things they think will make you happy, like employment levels, average per capita GDP, how many children you have, how well educated you are, da-da-da-da-da. When you actually go to people and you're like, did you smile yesterday? Or how many times did you smile? Look at the differences here. Finland goes from 1 to 44.
Israel's having a rough go.
Israel is real wicked unhappy. That might be temporary. Maybe that's why it's in blue. I have no idea what it means.
Yeah.
But all these Northern European nations, it turns out they're not so happy after all because there's no sunshine.
Yeah, that's true.
Which it turns now places where there's lots of sunshine, like Kuwait, baby, Costa Rica.
Oh, I thought you were.
What's number one?
Number one, I forget.
Oh.
It's something like it. Well, here's number 4, Mexico, 4th happiest place
Yeah.
because of
That's
salsa dancing and
Right,
like
right.
pinatas,
Yeah, pinatas.
Mariachi,
That's a big. It's a
mariachi.
big.
Mar-
Yeah.
candles.
I think yeah, they've got a lot of like love candles going. They're like, man, I'm gonna be happy. Woo.
Yeah, it's all these. It's all these central
Oh, there's number 1.
Paraguay.
Yeah, that's
It-
South America.
I mean, we all know, right, that happiness is not rational, right?
Mhm.
So they've done so many studies about, okay, these people should be happy because GDP is high and education's high, like the stuff you're talking about. And at the end of the day, that's not what.
Are you saying that money doesn't buy happiness?
No,
Is
it
that what you're
doesn't.
getting
No,
at right now?
no.
But it does
Yeah.
buy
A
hot
wave runner.
tubs, a wave runner,
Yeah.
and a Maserati.
Yeah.
That will
I'm
create immediate happiness, but not long-term happiness. We know this. We have
Yeah.
a lot of data points.
Okay.
You've
yeah.
come a long way. Your maturity and your thinking has come a long way.
I'm like-
But notice you still bought the Maserati.
Yeah,
so-
expand it in the hot tub. Yeah.
Not yet, though.
Keeps
On,
checking in today
oh.
if I'm actually going to show up.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
bet he is. Because they did not want you to walk off the lot in the first place without buying this car.
Sure.
But
No.
how they ever let us go to Kia is
Yeah. They
Crazy.
were like, "This is gonna be a disaster. They'll be right back." Like
they were
Maybe they-
wrong because Kia did offer us more money for this trade-in.
Yeah.
But
just took them longer, and they were not as nice.
Mm-hmm.
well, that guy
We were
came.
in Gen Pop.
Well, that guy came and he was like, "On my mother's fucking grave, I swear on
I
all
get
that is
down on my
holy."
knees.
Like,
I did not run what was owed on
like,
this vehicle.
listen,
Thank
I don't
God.
know if you believe anything in this world, but believe this: I did not run your numbers.
So as part of this Maserati transaction, they offered me almost $4,000 less than I owe on the car on the trade at Maserati. So I thought maybe we could do better at Kia. Now, why? Why did I think maybe we could do better?
Tell us why.
No,
Because
you,
they've been hitting you up nonstop,
They
saying like, "We are dying to buy your car for way more than it's worth."
yeah, exactly. Like up to 10,000 more than it's worth.
Right. But then they saw it and they were like, "These tires."
Well, and they're looking
all
for
'cause of-
Kias around 50,000 miles. We're just shy of 50,000 miles. Well, I'm like, what? That's
Yeah.
just an excuse, lame
Right.
ass excuse. My stubborn, like
Yeah.
angry Italian side kicked in, and I was like, I'm not going to sell you my fucking car.
Yeah.
See ya.
you assholes. Why did you,
You
think?
led me to
Fuck
believe.
you.
You sent my husband 2 texts a week. You sent
Yeah.
me letters in the mail.
Why you
and
hitting
then
me
you're
up?
going to give me this shitty offer? I'm going.
Bastards.
Gotta
Rad
go.
bastards.
Gotta go.
Why do you think we're here? We're here for the popcorn and
We're-
the coffee.
Yeah.
It was empty.
We're not here to. Yeah, what kind of crap place is this? Yeah,
Right.
Kia definitely is like a. It's not as nice a shopping experience
As a Maserati?
Yeah.
No
You don't say.
kidding.
Well, if you think Spitzer Kia is a scene, where we bought that car and where we started servicing it was a real scene.
Yeah.
Kia of
That's the
Bedford.
one that where you'd call and you'd be like, "So I've got to tell you, ride. It needs to have its 40,000 mile service." And they're like, "Wait, what kind of car was that?" And
Yeah,
you're like, "Tell you right." They're like, "Can you spell it?"
they might as well be like, go away. Why are you calling here? We do not want to work on your car. Why did you call us?
What?
Listen, when you call Kia of Bedford, do not hit this number 2 for service, okay?
And
Oh,
what kills me about this is like we all know what kind of technology these places have, right?
right.
Your number pops up. Since you are a customer, they should, automatically
Yeah.
on their screen see,
Right.
oh, okay, this is Robert Kimmel, 2022
Right.
blue, Kia
Yeah.
Telluride.
Yeah. I
What?
thought you were gonna say blue eyes.
Well,
Like,
Oh.
like, they all
It's,
got
it's
to-
Robbie Blue Eyes coming in with his blue Telluride.
What kind of car was that? Though? I kind of can't keep track.
Telluride? Mister, we work on Kias here. What are you talking about, Telluride?
Yeah, that sounds like a Range Rover. Is
We're-
that what you're driving? Like, I don't know.
We're in Cleveland. We're
Yeah.
not in Telluride. Where's that? New Mexico?
Colorado.
Colorado. They name all the cars out of Colorado.
That's where I was thinking we should go ski this March. Colorado.
Ah,
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Telluride.
I've-
I took Cody to Breckenridge last March,
Mm-hmm.
and he
Right.
was asking if we could go somewhere else this March. But after this drive today,
This all comes. Yeah, that's what we say every time. This all
Well-
comes out of the cool stuff.
I thought, yeah.
well, we were today.
After the
Today's
last-
conversation was. I said, "Listen, for Christmas, I want to get Kiara tickets to an F1 race."
Right.
I said, "I assume you'd be happy to come to
Yeah.
a weekend wherever we choose to go,
Yeah, yeah.
right?" He's like, "Where?" I'm like, "Well, I'm thinking Montreal in
Yeah.
June," and he's like, "I'm staying home. I can't do anything with her." She's impossible. And I'm like, you don't have to go to the race. Like, we're only going to be there for a couple of hours each day. Like, we can go enjoy Montreal as a family.
Right. I don't know. I totally feel like I get Cody with the teenage angst, just grumpiness generally about like family for no reason, like perfectly wonderful, loving family. And it's just like, ugh. Like, he apologized to me yesterday right before we had dinner. Yeah, he was like, sorry I didn't watch a movie with you. I was just mad at my mom. It's like,
he was mad at me
because of the baseball thing. Because for his birthday, we're gonna go see like the World Series or whatever, or playoff
game.
Yeah. And so, Mom went and bought tickets to go, but for the wrong day. It was just super funny to me that I feel like that these tickets to this baseball game is like a super awesome gift. Like,
right.
Like, I mean, I'm really excited to go myself, but just like ugh. Well, I don't even. Like, so it feels like me back then, just like unbearable to live with. Like,
okay, so it was Thursday or Friday,
right?
I thought I was buying Friday,
right?
I bought Thursday by accident.
Yeah, you're a terrible mother.
I am terrible. I suck.
I'm just kidding. I'm excited.
I feel like you buy the wrong data stuff a lot.
I know. I know. Okay, you want to know why?
Because you're the one doing the buying.
Everything. Yeah. Remember when you said earlier, to be a man? Yeah. I do it all.
Yeah, so do
I run the
That's what being single is too, by the way. Yeah, I end up doing it all.
I pay every bill.
Me too.
I manage everything related to the children, to you.
Which
but I'm in charge of everything.
Is that like so?
Except for one thing. But I'm holding strong on the one thing.
This podcast.
No.
I am in charge of this podcast.
You are in charge of dinner.
Oh, yeah.
I quit.
So, another one of those challenges that women have is having to get their hair done.
Yeah.
But Andrea has discovered that this can be a great place to get investment advice, right? So tell us about your hairdresser and her stock picks.
Oh, I almost forgot.
Yeah.
Last time I was there, she's all about buying NVIDIA post-split. We didn't really get too deep.
I mean, NVIDIA is doing super strong right now, isn't it?
Let's pull this chart up. They lost almost 5% today.
Man.
That's part of what's pulling down the S&P 500 because they represent like
huge piece of
6%,
which is crazy to me for a thing to make cards for your computer.
Well, they're bucking to become the most valuable company in the world. So, but anyway, when did you get your hair done?
It was 2 weeks ago, Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. So over the past 3 months, it's been up 2%. Yeah, you've missed the ride at this point, in my opinion. I mean, up 200%. Like, yes, you can make money on NVIDIA, but you're not gonna. I don't think you're gonna double. Yeah, much less go up 27 times.
No.
So
yeah,
we could consider all of the peripheral stocks to NVIDIA. That are going to get a bump from AI. I haven't really researched it, but
yeah, I'll tell you what's going to get a bump from AI. Uranium.
Oh, Spirit Airlines.
Spirit of God. Oh,
any news there on that front?
Nope. Nothing. Right. Nothing to see here.
Oh, it's
gotten
worse.
To see here.
It's gotten worse.
It's bad. Yes, Spirit Airlines is bad, but it's not. I still don't think they're going out of business.
No,
bankruptcy. I mean, yes,
coming back.
I stand by.
Vengeance.
Yeah, and it's still got both.
That investment was the price of a full price Maserati. I'm just saying.
It's ended up very poorly.
Yeah,
let's put it that way.
I put like $600 into that. So
yeah, so she's still licking still licking her wounds. Still licking her wounds.
I'm still holding out faith. I have total faith. The 3D printing and Spirit Airlines are coming back. I know it.
Sooner or later. Here's the story of a business going out of business, which is I read in the news. Kmart.
Oh no!
They're closing their last large format store. They still have one small format store in Boca Raton, Florida, or something.
Oh, man, so they don't have Kmart in Texas anymore, or at least in Houston, they haven't had it for some time. But I remember when I went to New York, that was like the closest like cheap place to buy shit. So yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And they have all these people that are talking about all their happy memories from
Kmart.
Riding the quarter electric pony in front of the store when they were kids. And
I mean, it was a long, slow death for Kmart.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They've been dying for a long time.
I always wondered how Kmart and Union Square had employees because, like, you're not making enough money to live in Manhattan.
No.
And so, like, why are you taking a train for, I don't know, an hour or whatever it is to, like, come work at Kmart? There's got to be a place nearby. I keep hearing that other cities are surpassing New York City as far as rent goes. Like,
Seattle?
San Francisco.
Oh, sure, San
And,
Francisco.
and San Diego, I've also heard it, which I'm like, what? Really?
they're all blue cities. Every one of those run by a Democrat.
Wow. What a country.
Wow. The rents.
Wow.
I came to this city and I said, the rent's high. Wow, is the rent high?
That was good. That was good.
Oh, wow. If I were here, you'd love the rent. It'd be beautiful.
Yeah. So
You be
solo.
Biden, worst rents in the history of the country. About the Kmart, there were people that like had Kmart tattoos.
What? Why?
I don't know.
I mean,
You love you some Kmart if you're getting tattooed.
Hell yeah.
It's kind of how you feel about Marks.
well, that's true, but like,
You
that's
gonna
like,
get a Marks tattoo?
Yeah, hell yeah, we'll get a Marks.
I'm not believing you.
It's gonna be a tramp stamp too. Like,
Are you
Yeah.
gonna get
Marks
the
with the little leaf.
no the cartoon of Mark Glassman holding a
Oh,
parrot?
Even better. Even better.
Some people. This is a mentality that again is absolutely foreign to me. But the like, I just got it because I got this tattoo because I think it looked cool,
Yeah.
Versus I thought about this for ages, and this is really important and meaningful to me. I'm not that tattoo guy either, but I can get it. If I
Yeah.
were to get a tattoo, it'd be the well thought out, meaningful thing. The
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, I thought this picture of a ninja was cool.
Well, I mean, the like black band I got around my leg is like the worst, right? Because I was like, I'm getting this because tattoos don't have to mean shit. Like, who gets
That was
a
your
tattoo?
statement?
That's what I was saying with that. Because like people be like, what does it mean? I'm like, nothing, because tattoos don't have to mean anything. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why didn't I just get a T-shirt that's like tattoos don't have to mean anything? I don't need that tattooed on my body. So yeah, then a $75 tattoo. I've spent $1,500 trying to get it removed and had to take a big break because the whatever lasers didn't work with my skin, and it's still not gone. People see it and they're like, what happened to your leg? Which is
It looks
super
a little gangrene.
yeah. Like I've had doctors be like, what happened? And I'm like, what? Am I bleeding? Like,
Oh, my
that
tattoo.
that tattoo now means some mistakes can't be undone.
That's the message I wanted to send.
Now that's the message because I can't. Yeah,
There's such
so,
wisdom in that, though.
Yeah,
Kalyn.
I mean, the lesson.
So there is
Like-
somebody in this world that would tattoo Mark Glassman's
100%,
cartoon on
yeah.
their body. There was a restaurant here in town. There is a restaurant here in town called The Melt. We probably have been there.
Yeah.
But if you tattoo their logo on your body, then you get free sandwiches, one free sandwich a month for the rest of your life or something like that.
I'm going to do it.
And they got pictures on their website, and they got 8 or 10 people that have.
Are like, I don't care. I'll get fucking anything. Yeah.
I mean, at the price it costs to eat out now, I kind of.
You're
kind
like,
of a deal.
the whole
Kinda makes
family's
sense.
getting the tattoo. Let's go.
All right, kids.
I mean,
line up.
I don't know if I'll get that. I think I'm done with tattoos now. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, one thing we're not done with, so we got to keep at it, is 5-pound gummy bear.
That's true.
Let's do the 5-pounder
All right. Yeah.
with special
Oh!
guest.
I will say I got this tattoo right here to look like your scar that you got
Yeeks.
from like yeah.
Wow. I honestly
It
have
reminded-
always sort of wondered if that's just like something you wrote on yourself that faded. It was permanent marker. And
So no, it's in the language Pali, P-A-L-I, and it says Anicca, which is from meditation
Ouch!
camp. No, it means
I cut
it
myself.
means impermanence.
Oh.
So,
All right, I can see how that was.
yeah, get a tattoo.
See, that's
Meaning
more on the
in-
meaningful end of the spectrum. Now, if
Oh,
you've
yeah.
got a tattoo of like, a tiger because you think tigers are cool, I don't.
Yeah.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
All right.
So, all right.
He's
Time for
starting
the
to show
weigh-in.
some wear.
Yes, he is.
4 pounds, 6.6 ounces.
Kalyn weighs in the bear to start at 4 pounds, 6.6 ounces.
That's correct.
All right.
Oh.
As our guest, I think you should get the first.
Mhm. You get to
Ooh.
pick a spot that.
yeah.
Is it still soft? I don't want to break a tooth. It's still soft.
No tooth breakage.
No, too.
Okay.
This is a
Yeah.
nice clean spot right here.
Yeah.
You
The
won't
rump.
bite it in the ass. You remember that?
Yeah, there you go.
The look on Kalyn's face is like.
Yeah.
Oh, that was hard.
It was.
That was hard work.
Come on,
Well,
get
my
out of
teeth are sore.
Little teeny tiny little.
I know because of my
I'm gonna talk. You gotta talk while I'm eating.
Yeah, talking. While I'm just watching you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Oh, that's cherry for sure.
This row is mine, I believe.
But that's a high quality gummy bear. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
we got our money's worth out of this gummy bear.
absolutely.
See?
Right, yeah.
I would have preferred an orange gummy bear. Just saying.
Next 5 pound gummy bear we get, it's gonna be orange.
Okay.
All right.
It can live here.
Wait. Kalyn, this cost her almost 5 pounds out of what she could pack in her suitcase on this trip. So
yeah, and TSA, not a fan.
What's it weighing?
3 pounds. Just kidding. 4 pounds, 4.7 ounces.
4 pounds.
4.7.
4.7.
So we ate
ounces.
nearly 2 ounces worth of gummy bear.
Yeah, pretty good stuff.
At this rate, how long is this bear going to be alive?
We did the calculations before.
Let's do it again.
Yeah, we should do it again.
It doesn't get better than this.
Yeah.
Okay.
16 times 4 is 64.
Yep.
Plus, let's just round it up to 5. 69 ounces. Let's pretend we ate 2, or do you want? Divided by 2 is 34 and a half episodes.
Yeah.
That's 3 people eating.
That's going to get
too.
me to get us to my next birthday almost.
It's going to take us longer than 34 and a half
That's why
episodes for
I mean,
various.
yeah.
Well, that's a gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't go for cherry.
Yeah, I was really hoping you'd have this reaction, like, but no such luck.
One more.
That's good.
It's good.
Well, I do love gummy bears. I frequently buy gummy bears. I buy Swedish Fish.
So, our stock out of Kalyn's portfolio last week, you'll recall from listening to our episode.
Our number one listener, Andrea Kimmel.
Yes, as she knows.
Yeah. It's what?
Procter and Gamble.
That's
Oh,
right. Yes.
P&G.
You know,
Hailing from Cincinnati, Ohio.
the very stock you knew and remembered that Kalyn had in her what the hell is in Kalyn's portfolio. So, guys, I did some research. All right. And it turns out that what Procter and Gamble does is they make consumer brands. Yes, toothpaste amongst them. So what I thought would be fun is to do a little quiz.
Oh, cool.
All right.
Okay.
Which of these are Procter and Gamble brands and which are not? So it's either yes or no.
All right.
Procter and Gamble, P&G, or somebody else. Okay.
I want to get it right. I want to beat on.
All right, let's start. We're going to start easy here.
Okay.
Crest.
Yes.
Crest is a Procter and Gamble brand. Indeed. All right. Head and Shoulders.
Yes.
Okay. Ziploc.
No.
I wasn't sure, but I'll go no.
I believe it's a
General Mills.
We'll find out.
Oh, or J&J.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. J&J.
Mm-hmm.
Pampers.
No.
Yes.
What'll it be? Judges.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, we'll go yes. I thought we were competing.
By the way, Loves. I didn't have this on my list, but Loves.
Well,
No.
who makes Loves?
Procter and Gamble.
Also Procter and Gamble.
Yeah.
Band-Aid.
No.
No.
J&J.
J&J. Mm-hmm.
Vaseline.
No.
No.
That is correct. Another easy one. Colgate.
Yes.
Colgate and Crest, huh?
No, it is
No.
not. That
Yeah, I
is
was gonna say
incorrect.
that's why I was like, wait a minute.
Colgate is made by Colgate. Palmolive.
No,
Yeah, that's right.
Tampax. They make tampons.
Oh.
Thank you for the clarification.
Yeah,
Where
that's
we-
for the
Which
fellas
Tampax?
out there. We don't do our hair and we don't use tampons.
Yeah. That's just two of the things.
And we don't dress ourselves.
I think it is a P&G brand.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Dove, the soap, not the chocolate.
No. Mm-mm.
Old Spice.
Tricky.
By the way, if I'm not saying anything, you got it right.
I believe
Yeah.
Old Spice is P&G.
Old Spice is P&G.
Mhm.
Wow.
Mr. Clean.
Mm-mm.
No.
Incorrect. It is a P&G brand.
Ah,
sorry.
you sounded so certain.
At least the
I thought it was
scrubby
Clorox.
things. Pepto-Bismol.
I think it is.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Guys, you did amazing out of this list of this many.
We got one wrong.
No,
Well,
I
I
don't.
messed up on Colgate, but you didn't.
Colgate and Mr. Clean were the only
Mhm.
ones you did
Yeah.
now. And guys, we like barely scratched the surface. If you look at the brands
yeah.
these guys have, it is just incredible.
Yeah, there's a big push right now to use to make all your own cleaning supplies also. So
Mhm.
now you're like just competing against like Arm & Hammer like baking soda,
Right,
right?
right.
And vinegar. I don't know.
All right, so we're bearish on P&G because of the in-home. I'm frozen up here in my charts, but I know they've been a great return. I also know that they're trading at like 34 or 38 from memory times earning.
Oof.
So yeah, that's like Nvidia numbers. So what I'm thinking is you should call your hairdresser and ask if we should invest in P&G or if we should invest in Nvidia.
I don't know. I don't like the future of that world. It's not environmentally forward.
Yeah.
They make a lot of things that people are trying to replace with, reusables, and
Right.
on top of it all, with inflation being what it was, some of those products, even the personal care stuff, got so out of control. I know people, did all kinds of things to find a way not to buy a $7 or $8 underarm deodorant, because that's just getting crazy.
Right.
So I don't know.
Yeah. I won't buy an $8 deodorant.
So you guys want to short P&G? That's what I'm hearing. We're shorting them.
I mean,
I think we're.
Can you short in your?
Oh hell yeah!
portfolio?
We do what we want.
we can do anything we
And
want.
we could invest as
we,
much as we want and short, long.
We run this market.
Buy options, sell options.
Yeah.
What's General Mills doing these days?
I'm glad you asked.
I think I own GM too.
This is exciting. They're up today, bucking the market. Here, let's share.
AMTM. What's that?
AMT. Are you back? Are you in the what the hell's in Kalyn's portfolio segment already?
Oh yeah, that's Mentum Holdings. I was like, isn't that America's Next Top Model? I totally invest in that.
AMTM. Okay, we could look at that.
I don't know what that is.
I know. Well, that's what the fun of this is.
Their Holdings wins U.S. NASA mission support contract. So
I got a feeling they do something in like aerospace then.
Probably. I seem to be heavy in aerospace.
Yeah,
I like that kind of stuff.
All right. Kalyn, do we have a podcast recommendation of the week?
So I do have a podcast recommendation. I mentioned it last when I was talking to you. You don't remember, Robert?
The pornographic one?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Podcasts about porn. I love them.
The one about genital warts, and you were trying to learn more about.
Yeah, that's right.
Conditions.
How to treat your own genital warts at home. It's great. It's riveting. No, it was Hidden Brain. That's right.
Right.
So, yeah,
Hidden Brain.
I really like. They had a series called You 2.0, and it was like a whole bunch of episodes that were all about like self-improvement and various aspects of that. I happened to listen to it right after I listened to the Elon Musk podcast last week, and they had one about self-doubt, right? And I was like, man, I don't think that like Elon Musk has a moment of self-doubt.
No.
Like I think that's like that's part of why it feels so weird to me. But they had a bunch of quotes from Tom Hanks and stuff like that. Tom Hanks being like, man, you're going to do a scene and you're like, if I can't make it happen right now, then everybody's going to like see me for what I am, as like this imposter thing or whatever. And I thought I was like, man, I can't believe Tom Hanks has that thought. Like,
right.
I mean,
yeah.
So accomplished.
But right. So it's kind of nice to hear that everybody has that like sort of thing going on and whatever. That's why I wanted to recommend that one, Hidden Brain. I think it's from the NPR.
It is from NPR for sure.
Yeah.
So what's of Hidden Brain?
Shankar Vedantam.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I pulled that out of nowhere. He used to come on one or other of the NPR shows all the time.
Yeah.
Science Friday.
Yes, yeah. That's it.
Which would be weird because I would usually when Science Friday came on, I would like open the car door and jump out even if it was still rolling. So
man, go easy on Ira Plato.
Plato.
Sorry, Ira Plato. I like that Plato sounds better.
That one and The World is the other one I just couldn't stand. Yeah. And this NPR between that and like lots of gender identifying kind of things that they seem to really get excited about. That drove me into the loving arms of podcasting,
where you control exactly what content you're consuming.
Can read the thing, be like, am I interested in this? Am I interested in Science Friday explores deer ticks in the Serengeti? I'm like, no, I don't think I'm interested in that. I'd rather listen to this other thing. So anyway, so
so that would be my recommendation for the podcast this week.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Any other orders of business here?
The quiz?
Yes. The quiz. Well, what's your timeline? Still?
I'll stay for the quiz.
Yeah, that's good because we're quizzing you.
All right. This quiz, the answers are all never, rarely, often, or always. And so I'm going to read you a sentence. You tell me where we fall on that scale.
What's the topic of this quiz?
The topic of this quiz is, what's your style? Your emotional intelligence style. Okay. So I believe in the power of positive thinking.
Often.
Sometimes I lash out at other people. Rarely, never, often, always. Sometimes you'll lash out at other people.
We're really hitting hard, close to home with this quiz right off the bat. They threw you one softball.
Always.
Always. I am stronger when I know that other people believe in me. Never, rarely, often, always.
Often.
53. That's number 6. Question 8. Question.
What?
Yeah,
Get your act together. That was 7. This should be 8.
Yeah, this is 8. I prefer to work alone.
Never.
When sometimes
Always.
when something makes me angry, I usually manage to keep it in perspective.
Never.
1.
You're doing well on the hothead score.
It is so hard for me to resist temptations that sometimes I don't even try. Rarely, never, often, always, as it sometimes.
Think of the ice cream.
I was thinking of the ice cream in that moment, and then
so obvious.
I didn't have any last night or the night before.
But this is sometimes.
Out of willpower?
It says that it is so hard.
I wanted it. I opened the drawer of.
But that says sometimes. So do you always sometimes do that, or never sometimes, or sometimes?
Or
often sometimes. It's like the worst. It's like the worst written quiz there ever was.
Often.
Always.
No, often.
Often. 2. I always sometimes don't even try. So you score across that. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. The most interesting category from this is clearly category 2.
Okay.
That was our low score.
Yeah. So just to run through them real quick, the categories are positivity is power, negotiating negativity.
Well, I mean, I think I started this podcast with reminding everyone that I was a ray of fucking sunshine.
The negativity one was you perceive yourself as a relatively balanced in the way you handle negative feelings, neither denying their existence nor allowing yourself to be overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
You may believe that expressing your feelings is sometimes preferable to raising your own blood pressure by holding them all in.
Mm-hmm.
You may believe this, huh?
Yeah.
In fact, my friend Kelly and I had this conversation at work this morning because she likes to keep everything inside. And I'm like, for me, that's therapy. It's therapeutic. Yeah. If I put all my shit out there with as many people that I care about, who I know care about me, it helps me like.
Yeah. You're like, what the fuck, Robert? We need a hot tub. Fucking damn it.
You're sounding
Don't you know how much your patio's too small? We need another 100 square feet out here.
And a Maserati.
And a Maserati. What the fuck?
You're sounding more and more like my wife every day, Kalyn.
That's my cue to go.
Yeah.
It's Maserati.
You know what?
Time.
It's all our cue to go.
Okay.
There we go. Let's roll the outro music. Cue the music. You've been listening to Robert and Kalyn Get Rich. This was episode 25. I forgot to mention it in the intro.
We're a quarter century old.
We are a quarter century old, and in real life, we're approaching a half century old, Andrea. No.
Thank you all. Yes, that's
just wanna remind everybody. But it's not about age. It's about
beauty.
Provenance.
And it's about a positive mental outlook.
That's right.
That's what the people at P&G would want you to do. Yeah, so listen, speaking of that, we are going to add P&G to the Get Rich portfolio. The guest portfolio, we're going to add Pulte Homes. And our investigation.
Baby, watch that go.
And our investigation next week will be of Kalyn's investment in AMTM. You've got to come back.
Next top model.
That's it. America's Next Top Model. Oh, ANTM?
No,
All right. Well, anyhow, we'll get it right sooner or later, one of these times. All right. So listen, won't you write and subscribe? Yep. Pass this on to your friends. Leave us a good review.
Yeah, leave a comment.
And above all else,
don't take this as investment or financial advice.
No, don't do that. That would be idiotic. Go buy yourself a Maserati and a hot tub. Okay. We couldn't quite stick the landing on this one, but that's all right. It's been a good episode.
All right.
We will see you next week. Bye-bye.